Hi guys. Um, yeah, it's been a while. Sorry that I didn't do a Raw review. I actually watched Raw. Um, I don't know how. Like, that show is terrible from top to bottom. I always used to give reviewers like grief, and they would promise that they'd do a review, and then they do them, and they'd give some sort of stupid excuse. I'm not gonna give them a stupid excuse. So I watched Raw, and I could not be asked to do a review. So my apologies for that. It sat the life out of me. I hated that show. I just did. Um, but I'm gonna do a quick preview show for for Extreme Rules. Um, I should get back to reviewing Raw once it's on the Monday. So expect to see a review um, of that show. So it's Extreme Rules. Um, Still debating whether or not to watch it and order it and stuff. My enthusiasm for wrestling is pretty low at the moment just because the product is so bad. Um, but I may do only because for every single WWE fan at this time of year, we're always hopeful. We're always hopeful that maybe we may see some blood, or we may see some like genuinely extreme matches, or we may see some oh shit moments. Um, so for that reason, I may in the end up ordering it. And should I do that, you'll see a review of that on here. So I am hopeful. Let's just wait and see what happens. Um, so yeah, it's that time of year. I mean, the main reason why my enthusiasm, I always feel that these type of shows are good teasers. Really, I don't know why a PG product insists on doing things like Extreme Rules and Hell in a Cell. Like it's just a dip tease for us who like genuine that type of wrestling, that type of extreme style wrestling, that like that non PG product. I understand that people used to watch wrestling when it was PG from back in the day, but I mean, for someone like me, I grew up with the Attitude Era, so I will always be a fan of that sort of style of wrestling. Um, I don't, unlike a lot of fans, I don't think necessarily that the PG is the end of the world. It's just the way they've watered it down. Oh man, I mean, you know how something gets so diluted, it's just basically water. That's what WWE is today. But anyway, it's not that type of rap video. It is a preview show, so let's start with the preview. On the preview show of the on the pre-show, I should say, of Extreme Rules, it'll be Miz versus Cody Rhodes. Um, Miz has turned into a bit of a Mr. Pre-show guy at the moment. I think he's turned into a bit of a WWE bitch right now. Just like Miz, you're doing this, do it, and he seems to do it. Miz, you're gonna star in a shitty film, do it. So, um, yeah, should be an alright match. I like Cody Rhodes. I don't really get why they're not doing enough with him at the moment. I always thought he's a good worker. Miz can work a match. I don't think he gets a lot of the plaudits that he deserves. Um, I think he's a good worker. I still don't buy this face turn. I wouldn't mind seeing this feud built properly, mind you, not over like a course of a main event and a SmackDown. But I would be seeing this match with Cody as a face and Miz as a heel. I think that would be an interesting match. Um, I expect Miz to win, um, with Cody to tap out to the figure four leg lock. Not really much else I can say about that. Next, it's Jericho versus Fandango, and arguably the best and longest feud that they've built throughout the entire card, bar Triple H Brock. Um, I would say it's been been interesting somewhat. I still don't quite buy Fandango as a decent wrestler. I think Johnny Curtis is doing as best as he can with the gimmick, but I think with the gimmick, and I've always thought this, will only go so far. I don't see it turning Johnny Curtis into a big star. Um, but you know, he had a hell of a rub from Jericho giving him the pinfall victory at WrestleMania. I expect Jericho to get his win back because at some point Jericho's got to win a match. You know, you can't be as decorated as Jericho is and be a job of bitch for anybody. Like he, I don't want to think of him as a glorified job of bitch. So I'm hoping Jericho wins this match, just just for him more than anything. So I expect him to win that match. And probably the match I care least about, Randy Orton versus Big Show. I expect Randy to win. Enough said. um, then the match that is a shame that due to Swagger's clumsy stupidness, he took Ziggler out of the match. That I thought would have been the most interesting match on the card, that triple threat ladder match. I was really looking forward to that. So it's a damn shame that that match has changed now into Del Rio Swagger. I fucking hate Swagger for that. Clumsy fucking oaf. I'm glad that they're not stripping Ziggler off that title. I'm still hoping he will get a decent run with that. I've grown to like Ziggler. I wasn't a big fan, but I appreciate the sort of things he does. I think Ziggler is a tremendous worker, good wrestler. I don't think he's as fantastic as people make out, but I think he's a good wrestler. He sells well for people, which these days is a dying art. I don't know if it's pride, but wrestlers don't sell too well these days. It's like they've all gone to the John Cena school of selling. So um, I'm hoping that well, I don't really know. I don't really care for either competitor in this, to be honest. I don't buy it. I was never a big fan of Del Rio when he was a heel, never mind as a face. And I definitely don't buy him as a face. So, but I expect it to be Swagger because I think Swagger's a piece of shit. I just do. I just don't like him. I've always thought he's a budget Kurt Angle. So, um, yeah, I expect Del Rio to go over. In the I Quit match. Next up is a US Championship match, which obviously, like everybody else, I really like Dean Ambrose. I'm glad they're kind of branching him off to be a singles competitor. Um, you can tell out of the three, he's the one that you can see is ready for that singles push. Although I fully expect them to push Roman Reigns as well, just because that's a WWE type of guy. And I actually think Seth Rollins can potentially be your Jeff Hardy type of guy. So I expect them to push him as well as a singles guy eventually. Um, but um, yeah, I like all three guys. So I'm very glad that they're got like the Shield very heavily involved in the show. Um, I'd like Ambrose to take that title off Kingston. You know, Kingston's a good worker. I'll never shit on Kingston as a good worker. He has a lot of botches, but generally he's a good worker. He can go. I just don't care about him as a character. I haven't for the last 6 years cared about him as a character. Even when he debuted, I didn't care about him as a character. First he was just Jamaican and now he's Ghanaian. I don't know where the fuck he's supposed to be from. Um, but yeah, I would expect Ambrose to beat Kingston in that match. So should be a good match though. I think that could be a dark horse for match of the night. I said that first. I honestly think it could be. So yeah, I expect Ambrose to go over the new US champ. And then Hell No versus Shield. So that'll be Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins teaming up. It's probably about the time's about right for Hell No to drop that strap now. Those straps, I would quite like Shield to hold some titles. I think they need to. I think whilst WWE, and I'm going to give them a compliment. It's a rare thing, guys. I'm going to give them a compliment. I think they've done well to establish Shield as a force, as a dangerous force. I didn't think that they would work as a three, but they really are. They're working really well together as a three. I still think putting an established manager's name like a Ric Flair by them may legitimize them a little bit, but I do really like what this group is about. I think they work very well together, um, but I'd love to see them as tag team champs. I'll mark out a little bit if they become tag team champs. I must admit. Um, I hope Shield will get over. I have a horrible feeling that Hell No will still go over though. They may just hold their wad in it before they eventually let Shield, maybe on a Raw or something. And then we're left thinking, well, why didn't you just let them drop the straps at the pay-per-view? Why did you have to let them drop the straps on Raw? WWE do strange shit like that sometimes. So I hope Shield win, but I'm gonna pick Hell No. I think I just have a feeling that they may do that sort of stupid swerve. Um, but I hope Shield win. I hope I'm wrong with that one. Then in Henry versus Sheamus strap match, if it wasn't because I like Mark Henry, Henry's my guy, I would not give two shits about this match. Just because Sheamus is in it. And for me, he sucks the life out of every single thing that he's in. Every single feud that he's in. I hate the face Sheamus. I need to turn that motherfucker heel. Because I really liked him as a heel. I don't know what the fuck they changed him to a face for. Um, I hope Henry wins, but I pick Sheamus too. I think with Henry beating Ryback at at WrestleMania, which was a surprise for most people, I don't see WWE letting Mark Henry be two of their built guys, if you like, that the WWE Breakfast Club type guys in a row. So I expect Sheamus to go over in that one. Um, but I hope I'm not. Then Cena versus Ryback. Long story short, Cena wins. Straight up, I honestly believe he will. Um, and I mean, if you have seen my video series about Ballback or Bareback, as I want to start to call him now, um, for me, when he loses this match, for me, it will show that just another character that WWE is ruined, and another reason why I won't care about him as a character when he loses that WWE Championship match. Because what he should do is take Cena the fuck out in that match. Give Cena his fucking rest. And then even if you want to bring him back in 2 months' time, do that. Just give us a couple of months break off him. I'm not asking. He should really have 6. You should have up to a year, really. But give us 2 months off him. Take him out. Let Cena rest, recuperate, and then bring him back. And even if you want to put the strap back on Cena, just to legitimize, right? A little bit. But anyway, yeah, I expect Cena to go over in that match anyway. So yeah, I expect Bareback to lose. And then you have in the final match, Brock versus Triple H. I hope Brock wins. Um, I just think the guy has had 3 matches so far and has lost 2 of them in the space of a year. Um, I do think he needs to win, particularly if you want to start building this Rock versus Brock feud. You need to give us a reason to fear that Rock could actually lose that match. Um, So yeah, I hope Brock wins, but we'll see. You never do know with WWE. But yeah, so I pick I'm being very, very careful in saying this, but I pick just about pick Brock to win that match. I hope. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Comment, subscribe. Need more subscribers. Stop inboxing me. Just subscribe. Like this video, comment below, and I'll catch you guys later.